Hi everybody, this is Chad the Gaming Dad here on Dad's Games, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of the new games. I know that I like to focus on the old ones, and I've been preaching and preaching, old ones, that's where the good games are at, right? But actually, I found one good one this holiday season, and this is it, Titanfall 2. Let me tell you a little story real quick. I never played Titanfall 1 because I didn't have Xbox Live at the time, and I didn't want to get an Xbox One, and I didn't want to buy it on the 360 and then have to get Xbox Live just to play it. Because it was online only, right? Online only. What do we always say about that? These things become coasters after they shut off the servers. Or what if no one's playing? The server's still on? Can't play. But Titanfall 2, boom. These guys, the reason why I like these guys the best, it's not because it has the best shooting in the world or the best story in the world or anything. I mean, it's a shooter. You know, it's kind of a shooter. It's got some robots in there, Titans, you know, you jump in them and stuff. But the best thing about this is that this game, you get the whole thing. Get it? See that? Look, whole game. There's no DLC for this that isn't free, and there's also no season pass. So what Respawn Entertainment has done is they said that we heard you fans. They listened to us. They actually listened. They put a single-player campaign in here. It isn't the longest single-player campaign in the world, but I've already tried going through it now a second time because I want to go and find all the collectibles. It's that much fun. So, Respawn Entertainment, they listened to us. They put the story mode in here, and they also aren't trying to gouge you and me with all this DLC crap that everybody else is doing. It's no wonder that good old EA didn't push this game very hard, because why would they? It doesn't get them any more money. You buy this game, you buy the game one time, and there's no DLC to buy. They're not going to advertise for that. What do they want to advertise for? They want to push Battlefield 1, because they're going to have big DLCs, right? And you got to buy a season pass. Activision's doing the same thing with Call of Duty. They put the old Call of Duty in with the new one. Sell it for $80. My goodness. So, that's why I chose Titanfall 2 over the other shooters this holiday season. And let's go into the review, and I'll show you a lot more about this really awesome game. So, just like every November, we get the obligatory yearly edition shooter games, just in time for Christmas. And this year is no different. We have our new Call of Duty Infinite Warfare that you can now pay $80 for, just so that you can play the remastered edition of Modern Warfare. And then that, of course, opens up a can of worms into future DLC and its own season pass. Well, let's look at the other one. We also have a new Battlefield, Battlefield 1. This is EA's big hitter, and it has a $50 season pass, too. I'm telling you what, guys, it's really getting pricey to play video games, isn't it? Now, I gotta say, I have not played all these games, and I'm not really sure, if there's anything wrong with them. They're probably really good in their own right. But for me, I decided to try something a bit different this year, and I'm glad I did. Titanfall 2. It's the third big holiday shooter of the season. Third only in sales, really, because the other ones had been given so much hype and marketing that Titanfall just didn't get. I'm not really sure why Titanfall 2 didn't get as much marketing as some of the others. EA wants to focus on the big dollar games with DLC. I don't know. Maybe that's something to do with it. But, hey, I never played Titanfall 1, and my main reason for picking this up was that it was something new for me. And also, holy crap, Respawn Entertainment is not doing a season pass for this. And it's already said that all the DLCs and expansions, modes, and things like that are going to be free in the future. We even get one soon. It's called Angel City. And from what I can tell, it looks like it's a map that was in Titanfall 1 that they've redone for Titanfall 2. And that's just the start of what Respawn is promising for the future. So, look at this. Here's the PS4 store page for this. The only thing they're trying to sell is nothing. It's just a free theme. Respawn Entertainment, thank you. I love retro games because of the fact that you get the whole thing. You don't have to piece together a game by buying all these extras. And the fact that I didn't play Titanfall 1, and because of the promise of all this future stuff that I'm not going to have to pay extra for, made me very excited to run right out and get Titanfall 2 and try this for myself. So you begin the game by learning some of the skills that you're going to need for the game, and you learn them in the gauntlet. This is where you get your first taste of what makes Titanfall 2 so different. It's all about the way you move. You run, slide, wall run, and shoot. These are all the skills that you're going to need to master to get good at Titanfall 2. These things are not easy to do at first, but the more you do it, and the more you play and learn, it gets smoother and smoother. Everything in this game can flow from one thing right into the next once you get a grasp of the controls. So after you figure that stuff out and you're ready, then it's time to jump into the story. So I'll give you the real short version of it here. In a nutshell, you're basically like a rookie. You're on a ship, and that ship is going down. You are crashing. And after you land, you jump out and you're immediately thrust into battle. And man, is that fun. You eventually make your way through a little bit of the story at the beginning, and then you see the Titan.
IMC Titan acquired.
BT-7274. There's a cutscene. He's broken and beaten. The Titan, which can hardly stand at this point, opens up and dumps out its pilot, who with his last breath orders the Titan to follow your commands. You are not yet a pilot, and you're not ready yet, but in these circumstances, you're forced to become a quick learner, so you embark on the mission at hand. So there you go, that's the gist of it. The story itself takes about 4 or 5 hours to go through on some of the easier settings, and it might take a little bit longer on the harder settings. But I'm telling you, it is a great ride. The single-player missions are filled with intense action and sections where you will need to use all the skills that you have learned. It is so much fun to flow through the levels, hopping from wall to wall, and the way you jump up into the Titan and smoothly transition into mech combat. It's all so satisfying. And speaking of satisfying, the thing I love the most is the shooting here. There's like a punch. You feel a punch when you shoot. Because of the sound, mixed with the rumble in your controller, and the amazing visuals and everything, it really brings a weight to the gameplay and a weight to the gunplay that feels so good. On foot or in the Titan, battling in Titanfall 2 is an intense and exciting time. There's also the trophies to earn and hidden items to find, as well as going back and replaying levels so that you can get that super hard master difficulty badge. So once again, I want to clarify that I never did play the first Titanfall, so I'm sure there's probably some things in the story that are lost on me, things that I just don't get. But honestly, I really don't care because I'm just having way too much fun just playing the game. Another thing that this game has that's a throwback to the good old days is boss battles. Now, on your way through the story, you will fight against and encounter some mechs, but then, toward the end of the levels, there are bosses.
You were not invited to Kane's party, and that's why you're dead. Well, another runaway hero with an SRS Vanguard class Titan. Woo! Now we're talking. Bring it, knife.
These guys are other opposing pilots with their own Titans, with their own special loadout and everything. These guys are not pushovers, especially on harder difficulties. When I first started playing this game, I got to the first boss. I replayed the first boss over and over till I realized that I needed to change my Titan loadout. You see, as you play through the missions, there are different loadouts that you pick up. These give you different weapons and different defensive powers that work better against certain enemies. And so, how great is it to find the right fit for your own playstyle, you know, using the correct type of offensive weapons and defensive powers, and you finally take out that boss that's been kicking your ass for the last hour or so. It's so nice. I haven't got that feeling in a shooter in such a long time. Absolutely love it.
The frontier is worth every part of this fight.
And then that brings me to the multiplayer, the online multiplayer. Holy crap! You need to get really good at that flow of Titanfall I'm talking about if you want to have any kind of chance in multiplayer. This is not the same old shooter. The ways that you traverse the levels, you use the grappling hook, the wall running, and then dropping Titans in. I mean, wow, I'm hooked. I love this game. It's amazing when it all goes together perfectly.
Stand by for Titanfall. Nice double kill.
Control transferring to pilot. Power by ready.
Online multiplayer has many different modes and mixtape playlists that you can get into, and that continually changes things up. You can go from just pilots versus pilots, which is more of a standard type of a shooter game, to more things like Capture the Flag, where you're using Titans and pilots, everybody mixing it up. They even have a 1 versus 1 Coliseum mode that you unlock after you play for a while. You earn a ticket for it. And that's just one pilot versus one pilot. There's so much fun to be had, and so much more that Respawn Entertainment has promised that is coming our way. All for free! So each round you play helps unlock more weapons and more visual things for your Titan and your character, but you really don't need all these unlocked things to keep you hooked to play the game. This game is just fun. And once again, I can only say it so many times, this game the feel of the gameplay feels so good. It sounds amazing, looks stunning, and it absolutely delivers on some great shooter gameplay. I recommend this game to anyone out there who likes shooters. Any shooter fans out there, run out and go get this game. Especially if you like shooters and you never played Titanfall 1, like I didn't. The only people who might not like this game, they're either people that just don't like shooters, period, or people who are so used to playing the other shooters out there that when they start this one up, the fact that it's a little bit different, they might not like that. So all in all, I'll wait for a big sale or something before I buy Call of Duty or Battlefield 1. But I'm super happy that I got this one right away. You know the old saying, you get what you pay for? Well, I normally agree with that, but this game is a throwback to a time where you get so much bang for your buck. I feel like I got more than I paid for on this one. Titanfall 2 is one of my new all-time favorites. Alright everybody, so there you have it. My favorite shooter of the Christmas holiday 2016 season, Titanfall 2. Oh yeah, this one's a keeper, man. Good times, and good times to be had in the future too because of that single player story stuff, man. I can't wait to see what else they give us. More DLCs, different missions, hopefully some single player stuff. Maybe not, maybe just online stuff, but you know, that's fun too. So Titanfall 2, that's what I'm saying is going to be the good shooter for the Christmas season. So till next time, remember, you never outgrow video games. My name's Chad the Gaming Dad, and this is Dad's Games. Like always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. So long, everybody. Thanks again for watching. If you liked that video, please press like and subscribe. I love hearing from you guys, so leave your comments and any suggestions down below. Remember, there's tons of other gamers out there just like you and me, and they also know that you never outgrow video games. Feel free to share these videos all over social media, Twitter, Facebook, or whatever you use. This channel is for all of us. Let's make sure they know that they are not alone. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.